After practicing this dynamic meditation method for a while, I wanted to get to know Luangpor Teean Jittasubho more deeply. My first destination was Ban Bu Hom in Cheng Kon district, his birthplace.
In the old days, people in Ban Bu Hom grew cotton, chilies, and rice. Houses were made from split bamboo and had to be rebuilt every 4 or 5 years.
Life was hard back then. Wherever you went, you had to walk. You had to carry your loads on a shoulder pole as you walked.
As a child, Luangpor Teean was just like other village children in the countryside. He never went to school because the village was still undeveloped, and going to study in town was too far and too difficult. In Ban Bu Hom, he ran a small shop, more or less the local trading center for the surrounding villages.
He traded things like chilies and cotton, traveling by boat along the Mekong River.
This is a picture of a cotton boat in Cheng Kon more than 80 years ago. Before ordaining, Mr. Pan Intapiu, later known as Luangpor Teean, probably used this type of boat to travel up and down the Mekong, trading cotton and other goods extensively.
He sailed to Nong Khai, Vientiane, and as far as Luang Prabang. On the way back, he would bring fermented fish and other goods to sell.
Once, a monk came to stay and ordain with me. His name was Luangpor Heo. His family home was right next to Luangpor Teean's. He said he used to go trading as a crewman, helping to pole and push the boat. He told me that Luangpor Teean's character was very straightforward, quick-witted, and decisive. Once he made a decision, he would act without hesitation.
He was very resolute. Whatever he did wholeheartedly.
He has ordained and practiced meditation with Pra Ajahn Kampong. When he later disrobed at about 21 or 22, he got married. He naturally became a leader and was intelligent, so he became the village headman. Even as a headman and merchant, his heart was still drawn to meditation practice.
This Katina ceremony at Ban Bu Hom reminds us of a turning point in his life from which there was no return.
People on the Lao side of the river where he traded said they had no Kathina ceremony there and asked him to organize one. So, he prepared 5 sets of Kathina robes to offer in Lao. But to offer Kathina, there also had to be entertainment. They needed to hire a Morlam troupe. They agreed that his wife would take care of the Morlam performers and the villagers who came to make merit, while Luangpor Teean would look after the guests who came from far away and the arrangements for inviting monks.
He observed the 8 precepts, so he didn't want to get involved with singing and dancing because he was afraid he might break his precepts.
When the Morlam performance ended, his wife asked, "How much should we pay the performers?" To him, it felt like they had already divided responsibilities, so why ask again? He got very angry. He said it felt like having a heavy iron chain thrown around his neck.
I already told you not to involve me. Why don't you handle it yourself? His wife replied, "Can't I even ask a simple question? If you're angry, you're already in hell," she said.
He said he felt deeply ashamed. From that moment, he made a firm vow to practice so he could overcome anger.
I picked up my bag and left to practice, but I didn't tell anyone I was going to practice Dhamma. I thought to myself, if I cannot overcome these defilements, I will not return home.
He went to practice at Wat Rangsi Muktaram in Nong Khai province, where they taught a stillness and movement method in the tradition of Luangpor Mahapan, a famous Lao Vipassana master at that time.
When scorpion fell on my leg, I didn't brush it off. I observed it instead. Then a small but strange kind of wisdom arose in my mind. I came to know Rupa and Nama, or object and mentality. Dhamma is the very nature of each person. That's what is meant by Rupa Dhamma and Nama Dhamma. I then understood the changing nature of Rupa and Nama. Knowing this, I understood suffering, impermanence, and non-self. The Buddha taught us to have awareness in all four postures: standing, walking, sitting, and lying down. Turn the hand up with awareness. Bring the hand in toward the navel and be aware. It was as if my whole being was a lump of suffering. Wisdom arose in this way. When I understood dukkha, I understood convention, sammuti. Father and mother are also conventions. Convention is something we create and label. We say this person is Mr. So-and-so. It is true only by convention. Suffering, impermanence, and non-self are these very postures. Just turning the hand up is suffering. I saw this. Turning it down is also suffering. I understood this. In the evening, I went to bathe. After bathing, I did walking meditation. Around 6 in the evening, another small thought arose. I watched each thought with awareness. As soon as a thought appeared, I was aware of it at once, like a cat catching a mouse. When the mouse jumps out, the cat instantly pounces on it. Every time there was a thought, there was awareness. I then understood object, true nature, and appearance. I came to recognize anger, delusion, and greed. When I knew this, let's say my mind weighed 100 kilos. That evening, I felt 60 kilos lighter. Thai, Chinese, Westerners, English, women, men, all are the same. Religion is the person himself. I understood it like that. Buddhism is awareness and wisdom knowing Rupa and Nama. Buddha means the one who knows. We awaken to this knowing from nature itself.
When he returned home, he began teaching even before reaching the village. It was an observance day, and the villagers of Bamboo Home were keeping precepts at the temple. In the morning, those keeping precepts asked him to share what he had gained from his practice. So he told them this Dhamma and began looking for ways to share the understanding he had realized. That was around 1957.
At that time, it was very unusual for lay people to teach meditation. Yet Mr. Pan Intapu, later known as Luangpor Teean, rented a boat with a loudspeaker and traveled along the Mekong to invite interested people to practice. He also built simple lodgings for meditators within Wat Sri Pum temple grounds and invited the chief ecclesiastical officer of Loei province to join, to lend credibility. But his way of teaching was very different from existing beliefs. For example, he forbade offering betel nut and cigarettes to monks, and taught that Buddha statues are only conventional symbols. This clashed strongly with traditional views and caused conflict. So he moved to teach at an abandoned temple on a hill, where he had stayed as a novice.
Life was very hard. The water source was far down the hillside. Whenever you eat, chew your food with awareness. Whatever you pick up, Be aware of it every time.
At Wat Chon Pratan Rang Sarit in Bangkok, Luangpor Teean still spoke in his local dialect. He told people to sit under the trees and make rhythmic hand movements. At first, almost 200 people were students of Ajahn Kawit, not his. But over time, they all came to stay with Luangpor Teean. Ajahn Kawit was surprised. This old monk can't even read or write. Why do people have such strong faith in him?
One day, Ajahn Kawit entered deep stillness and samadhi. Luangpor Teean suddenly burst out laughing. He said, "Ajahn Kawit, that's not it." Ajahn Kawit asked, "What do you mean, not it?" "That is a kind of calm like a rock pressing down on grass." Hermits in India had already done that long before the Buddha's enlightenment. The Buddha became enlightened not because of calm. He became enlightened because of wisdom. Wisdom must know and must awaken.
In one Dhamma talk, Ajahn Kawit recalled an incident that deeply impressed him. That night, around 10 p.m., Luangpor Teean came to knock on my door. I was just about to go to bed. He asked for some thread. I thought he wanted to mend his robe. Then he asked for a knife, so I found one for him. I unrolled the thread and he cut it. When he finished cutting, he looked straight at me and said, "If you haven't come to this point, you still do not know the Buddha."
Luangpor pointed out that practicing Dhamma is to have awareness. If there is awareness, that is mindfulness. If awareness continues steadily, mindfulness remains. Without awareness, no Dhamma whatsoever can arise. So moving the body, walking meditation, creating rhythmic movements are all to cultivate awareness. It must be in the present, here and now, in this very mind. When Ajahn Kawit understood this, tears fell from his eyes. From then on, whenever he published books, taught, or worked with university students, Ajahn Kawit would always speak about Luangpor Teean.
In this method, we don't aim for concentration. We aim for awareness, the awake knowing quality. This awake knowing that arises from movement, whether using the hands or the breath, is just a tool, like a spoon for scooping rice, or chopsticks for bringing food into the body. All meditation techniques are only tools. The essence is the feeling that arises on contact, using movement of the hand to touch the ultimate reality, which is awareness.
At Wat Sunim Nai, I feel it was my good fortune that Luangpor Teean became my meditation teacher. He said, "Practice playfully, but do it seriously." Practice playfully means don't practice with expectations. You may get lost, you may be scattered, never mind. But practice seriously means do it all day long. He was a very strict meditation teacher, very attentive to his students. You don't need much theoretical knowledge, just awareness. If awareness is continuous, the mind will open and reveal the truth.
What is striking about his teachings is that he cut away myths, rituals, and anything not related to the core of Buddhism and focused only on awareness, something even lay people can practice. This made his method easy to apply, easy to share, and easy to practice, both for monks and lay people.
This first step is to be aware of yourself. This is called knowing rupa, or object, and nama, or mentality. This body is only rupa and nama, not truly me or mine. When rupa nama is clearly seen, we recognize thoughts as well, and thoughts are also not me. They arise and then pass away. We see that rupa is suffering, and nama is also suffering. In the past, whenever we thought, we clung to the thoughts. When there was movement, pain, or feeling, we clung to it.
But if we see it as Rupa Dhamma and Nama Dhamma that is always changing, letting go naturally happens. Looking a bit deeper, we see only suffering, impermanence, and non-self. It is pure phenomena, with no self or other. The sense of self becomes lighter. We see everything as mere convention. With stronger and more continuous effort, whatever arises will cease. The arising itself comes to an end. Whatever arises, ceases, and finally nothing arises at all. Only emptiness remains. This is called seeing non-self. If this is seen fully, with complete awareness and remains stable, it is called perfect awareness, or complete realization of non-self. Then, practice reaches its end. Suffering is finished. There is no more arising of suffering.